Welcome back, Administrator. I want to talk about PFAS. When you were a member here, you were on the PFAS action force, yes? And I believe you voted for PFAS legislation, yes?
Yes.
My inclination is to think that's because you represented New York, and like Massachusetts, which I represent, both states have a pretty significant PFAS challenge, contaminated soil, contaminated water. You have a contaminated DOD site in Calverton, right? In your former district, which I know you advocated for and advocated to reduce PFAS levels there. So I was hopeful and remain hopeful that you can be a partner on PFAS remediation.
Hey everybody, welcome back to True Voice. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any real talk and honest reactions. Today, I want to dive into where Congressman Jake Auchincloss grills EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin on PFAS contamination and the EPA's recent decisions. Spoiler alert, it's a real eye-opener, and frankly, it raises some big concerns for all of us who care about public health and environmental justice. Let's watch.
As Administrator, last week you announced that the EPA would rescind the drinking water standard for 4 PFAS chemicals and extend the compliance deadline for PFOA and PFAS by an additional 2 years, giving water systems 7 years to comply. I know you had indicated in previous testimony that for those 2, that for PFOA and PFAS, you may actually consider lowering it from 4 to 2 parts per trillion, yes?
For PFOA and PFAS, we're maintaining the 4 parts per trillion MCL.
So you won't consider lowering it to 2?
With regards to the other 4, we're going to be going through a rulemaking where at the end of that process, that number will be determined. It could be,
Right,
could be 4, it could be 2, it could be something else.
Not the other 4. I'm talking about the 2, PFOA and PFAS. I'm just asking because you had said in previous testimony you could potentially bring it down to 2, but it sounds like you're going to keep it at 4. Okay, extending the timeline to 7 years. So now let's talk about the other 4 PFAS chemicals: PFHXS, PFNA, HFPODA, and then the hazard index mixture. So the EPA has its own science, as well as up-to-date peer-reviewed science that says that these 4 PFAS have been linked to serious human health harms, even at very low levels. Why, instead of just retaining the MCLs for those 4 PFAS in accordance with the no backsliding provision, why would you just rescind it?
One of the things that I understand as Administrator of EPA is that every single decision that I will ever make, I'll probably get sued for, whether I say yes or no on anything. I have inherited some litigation as well, including litigation on that rule that was finalized before I got there. There was a procedural error in the way in which they moved through the process on those 4. I inherited that procedural error, and I'm going to fix it.
All right, so just reclaiming my time then. So you're not contesting that there is good science that those 4 PFAS that you rescinded the rule for have been linked to serious human health harms. What you are asserting is that there are a procedural error under the APA?
Yes.
Under the APA, that means that you have to rescind, but you are committing that you are going to reissue a rule for those 4 PFAS.
We are going to go through the rulemaking process on those 4.
I see. Okay. Moving towards the budgeting aspect of this, the skinny budget proposal has a 90% reduction for the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund. Is that accurate?
Yes.
How is New York and the 1.3 million New Yorkers who have PFAS in their water above the MCLs by the former rule, how are they going to get water treatment plants with a 90% cut? That's the primary funding mechanism for water infrastructure.
So great news. And it's something that members of Congress who care about this issue would be very happy to hear. I would say the right word would be inundated of how much outreach I've received over the course of the last few months from companies that have acquired new technology that they're very proud of in ways to far, far more efficiently than ever before be able to remove PFAS.
Can you name those new
water
technologies? Because I've been doing this research as well, and all of it costs money. So you're talking about like carbon filters, you're talking about electrochemical.
The names of the companies, and I'm happy to share with this committee the names of whoever has reached out to.
Just give me a broad sense, just like the technology broadly. Like, give me an example of a technology that's going to be cheaper, faster, better, that's not going to require money to update the water treatment facilities.
It's going to cause it would require a small fraction, but we are in the process. I'm not going to start
Can you name a technology, though?
What's that?
Just the technology, broadly.
Yeah. So these are ideas that are being pitched that we're vetting right now, and I'm not going to endorse any of it, but I would say that it's important
don't have to
for
endorse
us
it.
and the agency.
Just name a technology that you've heard about.
It is a treatment that breaks down the forever chemical so that it's no longer a forever chemical. It is a treatment of the water that breaks down the chemical.
If you're talking about electrochemical oxidation, you can do that for the very, very condensed landfill, but you can't do that at the scale of municipal water treatment facilities. It's way too diffuse. If that's what you're talking about, that is not the answer, which is why I'm asking about other technologies which you don't seem to be able to name. I'm going to yield back my time.
So here's the deal. PFAS chemicals, those forever chemicals that never break down, are poisoning water supplies in places like New York and Massachusetts. Communities have been fighting for clean water for years, and these chemicals have been linked to serious health issues, even at tiny levels. Yet, we have the EPA, led by Zeldin, rolling back protections, delaying deadlines, and slashing the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund by 90%. That's the main source of funding for water treatment infrastructure. Now, Zeldin tries to defend this by saying there are new technologies coming in that will clean PFAS faster, better, and cheaper. Sounds nice, right? But when pushed, he can't name a single proven technology. He admits it's just ideas being pitched, nothing concrete. And that's the problem. This isn't some theoretical science project. People's lives and health are at stake here. As a left-wing patriot, I believe protecting clean water is a fundamental duty of government. It's about protecting the people first, especially those in vulnerable communities who face environmental injustice every day. Cutting funds by 90% in the middle of a crisis is not leadership, it's negligence. We need strong, enforceable regulations, not delays and rollbacks. And the excuses about procedural errors from previous rulemaking, that just feels like a dodge to justify backtracking on critical protections. The science is clear. These PFAS chemicals are dangerous. We need the EPA to stop kowtowing to industry and step up to protect public health. So what's the takeaway here? Stay informed, hold your representatives accountable, and demand real action on environmental issues that impact us all. If you care about clean water, clean air, and a safe future, this is the fight we can't afford to lose. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe for more real discussions. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about this PFAS issue and the EPA's role. Until next time, this is Andrew with True Voice, signing off.